It was probably the most stupid idea. About 3 years back, on a dark, gloomy night, I received a call. It was 11 in the night, and though I knew the person who was calling me, I didn't pick up. I wanted to play tough. I wanted to show my importance, and I wanted to show that just because you are rich and just because you are well known, you can't just call me at any time. I wanted to set the expectation. But then, after about 5 minutes, he called me again. And then again. And then again. I finally picked up a call. And he asked if I could meet him tomorrow morning. I said yes, as I knew that there was something critical. I reached his office at 8:30 in the morning and was escorted to the boardroom. The room was already full. I remember that they had to get an extra chair for me, and I also remember that no one in the room was smiling. I could make out that they all were in that same room for at least the last night, if not more. Anyway, I sat down and the founder said, Advait, we are in trouble. If you don't help us, we will have to shut down our hospital. They had one of the most successful and largest hospitals in the entire city. And this came as a shock to me. So I asked, what's wrong? He said, we had a meeting with our investors and it seems that they will not be able to fund us. They have told us to become profitable and only then they can support us. And not just for some time, but be profitable for at least 3 months, and then only we can regain their trust. The operations guy jumped in. I am willing to cut down 50% of my staff. The branding guy said, we need to launch a city-wide campaign. The chief doctor said, we will work overtime and 7 days a week. Everyone was supportive, but the founder had no hope in any of them. They had actually tried all these tactics in the past and nothing had really worked. About a month back, they had come up with a campaign that offered free checkup camps. It was a disaster as it increased their losses by 2 times. They had reduced their staff by 20%, but this resulted in 5 times increase in the patient complaints. Doctors had decided to work extra long hours, but the fatigue crept in and then some of them took sick leaves. The issue was something else. The issue was more around understanding the pulse of the patient in real time. They had the pulse of the patients from past data. They didn't really have any real-time market indicators to tell why the patient were not coming to them. The market research guy said, I will do a survey and call all the patients. It was probably the most stupid idea, as we all know how inefficient surveys are, as they never actually get actual facts out. If surveys were so accurate, then we will all know which party will win the elections much before the votes were even cast. Everyone was looking at me, and I had to not only think on my feet, but I had to also give a solution that will actually save the hospital. I really admired the brand, mainly because of the founder. He was a very nice, humble and sincere guy. But what could I have done? I really didn't have much data. I hadn't visited him for over 3 months now, and I didn't really understand what was going on. I also didn't really have the pulse of the market. But fortunately, I had the experience. I had the experience of dealing with several such disasters in various industries. but I had to be careful as this was critical. This could mean life versus death. Saying that I was nervous would actually be an understatement, and I secretly wanted to ask if I could order some breakfast first. Scrambled egg and a large mug of orange juice would be nice. Unfortunately, I was the one who had to serve this time. I was the one who had to make everyone happy. So I began running my horses. Google ads, Facebook ads, Facebook campaign, brand video, celebrity endorsement, latest equipment, promoting doctor stories, patient testimonials. Which horse should I bet on in this race? Should it be one bet or multiple bets? The situation was hopeless. I was and have always been the ideas man. And it is these situations that I cherish. And then suddenly it occurred to me. I realized that the issue was not with the patients. The issue was not with the staff. It was not with finance. It was not with doctors. But it was with the competition. If any company has to be profitable, then they can either increase their revenue or they can cut down their costs. The solution was obvious. We had to increase the revenue, and the competition was taking away all the patients as they had a brand new approach to communications. They were not focused on ads, they were not focused on big promotions, but all they were focused on was that if a patient comes to their hospital, he will take the surgery there. That was it. More than 80 to 90% of any hospital revenue comes from surgeries and admissions, and the conversion from outpatient to admission is the most critical number. And this had been stagnant for this particular hospital, hovering at about 35%. It wasn't increasing, and that's when I finally had the courage to ask for some breakfast, as I knew that I had solved it yet again. It took me another 3 hours and a couple of mac, egg and cheese burgers to present a detailed solution to the hospital. 25 points in the order of priority. Today, I am proud to say that hospital is one of the top 20 largest hospital chains in India. And I still don't pick up their call even if it is after 5 p.m. in the evening.